Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to talk about my favourite book to movie adaptations, and so let's just get into this video because I'm going to probably talk quite in depth about them. Maybe, who knows how this video is going to go, but yeah. But before that, one thing I want to say about book to movie adaptations is that books are like, many people like separate the books and the movie as like two different mediums, but in my head I can't do that. Like, I think of them as like one thing, if that makes sense, which sometimes I feel like leaves some of them being a bit disappointing for me. But the truth is, a book is always going to be better than the movie, only because it allows your imagination to run wild and you create the best picture for you and the picture that you like the most. But like, yeah, let's just get into this anyway. So the first book to me adaptation I want to talk about is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I read this book and I fell in love with it straight away. It's amazing. It's about this girl called Star who witnessed her best friend dying. Well, he got shot by the police, and he had done nothing wrong, and it was showing the like injustice that the policemen have to black individuals. And the book was honestly very moving, but I felt like when I heard the movie was gonna come out, I was really excited, but I was also like, oh my god, I bet the movie's gonna be like, kind of not downplaying it, but we'll kind of downplay it. But it did not. It gave it straight how it was. It was so touching. Like, I feel like seeing the actual thing on the screen really hit a chord and made it even more emotional, and it was amazing. And I genuinely think that if you've read the book, you should definitely go and watch the movie, but I would recommend reading the book before the movie, just because I'd recommend you doing that for all of these, because I just think that's the best way to do it and not the other way around. Because when I do the other way around, my imagination doesn't flow as well. It's always thinking of the characters that I saw, the actors I saw in the film. And the second one is Wonder, and if I'm honest, it's probably my favourite one on this list because I actually love it so much. And I think, in a way, the way I pictured everything, it kind of played out like that, which was really nice. The book Wonder is about a boy called Oggy who has a facial disfigurement, and it's about him living through that and him experiencing school for the first time, experiencing like life as someone that's different. And it's so touching, so beautiful as a book. It's so well written, in my opinion, and I completely just fell in love and loved it. And when I heard it was going to be a movie, I was actually excited, and I did think they would do it justice, and they did it beyond my wildest dreams, and I was like crying my eyes out at this film because it was just so beautiful and so amazing. And it's like that thing where they cut scenes out, but it wasn't like those movies where they cut scenes out and you're like, that's like my favourite scene, it's the most important scene. Like, it wasn't like that, and I really enjoyed the fact that they didn't cut out any scenes that I felt were over like the most important, if that makes sense, as some other like book to movie adaptations do. And our third one is, well, this is a play that was adapted into a movie. It's called An Inspector Calls. I had to read it for school, and I actually really loved the play when I first read it. Like, nearly everyone I know that did the play loves it, and it was absolutely amazing. It's basically about this family called the Burlings, and this girl called Eva Smith dies. This inspector comes around, it's like questioning all of them on her suicide and like how they played a role in it, and it's so good. Like, it's a play. Normally I don't make reading plays because it's kind of hard. It's just like you see the name and then there's the line, there's no like description, but this one's very different to that. It's amazing, and it's really posing in the way that it shows the different like division between the older generation and the younger generation, the high class, the lower class, and all those kind of like contrasts, which is really nice. And the BBC adaptation of it is absolutely amazing. Like, the inspector, they like really chose like a perfect actor to play the inspector, because honestly it just incorporated the perfect vision. Like, I can't even describe it, you just have to watch it to understand. Like, that inspector was amazing. It just like reminded me so much of the book, and also they stuck really to the script. Like, it was really similar. There was a few differences, but like my favorite lines were like there, and I was like, yes. And even just like the way they created the scene of that era and that time was amazing. The next one would be Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I love Agatha Christie, especially her Hercule Poirot mysteries. I find them amazing. And I read this one, I actually read this when the film came out, but I wanted to read the book before I watched the film. And I loved the way, okay, so I loved the one that was like 2016 I think came out. I like that, but I don't know, I'm still like, I'm knowing I prefer that one or the earlier version. But I think I do prefer the earlier version, but both of them are really good at incorporating the kind of feel of the train and the whole feel of the mystery. And even though I'd read the book and I knew it was going to happen, it still kind of shocked me when it happened, and the way it was portrayed, and all the different actors I felt really played their characters to the best of their ability, which was really nice. Like, you didn't feel like the characters were lacking anything, which is something I feel is really important when you have read a book and you want to see it in the movie format, which sometimes that is lost because of it. But yeah, that's all I have to say. It's kind of like, I feel like all these are kind of self-explanatory. When you've read the book and then you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm trying to get across. And the last one, which is number 5, is The Help. This is the only one on this list that I watched the movie before I read the book, because I watched the movie like quite a few years ago, to be honest, and I didn't know it was a book when I watched the movie. But then when I found out it was a book, I went straight away with the book. This is set during, I think like it's the 1960s in America, and it's during a time when black women and men were, it was during the civil rights movement basically, and black women would be maids to white women and help them look after their children and all that stuff. And like, you truly see the like discrimination that went on, like how actually disgusting that is, and things that were said. But there's like moments where you just see true love in those things, and the true fight that people have to go through. And it's generally a beautiful book, and when it was changed to film, they didn't lose any of that beauty. And there's like a few moments that are funny, and it's kind of just an all-round film that has all the emotions, which is really nice. I love those kind of films, and that's exactly what the book did, and the film did it just as well. And this is what I think about all of these, like the book and the film were not exactly the same, because I think a book to movie adaptation, the movie can never be the same as the book. Like, they're different things, but they both encapsulated the same feelings, which is always nice to see that what you felt when you're reading the book is now the same emotional feeling when you're watching the film. And that's what I think makes a good book movie adaptation. A movie that gives you the same satisfaction, like feelings and emotions that the book did. And that's why it's my favourite. And obviously there's going to be more to come, so this might all change. And there's some that I haven't watched yet. Like, for example, I haven't watched Dumpling. We all know my opinion on that book, but maybe the film's good. I just finished 5 Feet Apart, and I want to watch the movie. And there's some more, but like, these are the ones so far that top my list. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've watched any of these or what your favourite book to movie adaptations are. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!